What's up, guys? It's Landon and Chase from Shoewear, and today we're going to be giving you everything that you need to know about the upcoming Nike SB Dunk Low Sean Cliver shoes and how to cop them.
So first of all, welcome to the very first episode of the new series called How to Cop. This is where Landon and I here are going to give you some of the information and ideas on your best chance to secure the pair of hype sneakers that you wanted. Some of the different things that we're going to aim to cover during these episodes is some background info of the creation of the colorway, what makes the shoe so hype, and you're going to hear that word hype a lot in these videos. Definitely, obviously, the resale predictions and even how certain sneaker bots are going to be hitting compared to others. So with all that being said, let's get started and find out how to cop the Nike SB Dunk Low Sean Cliver Holiday Special Collab.
All right, so before we get into the specifics on this highly anticipated Nike Dunk, let's go ahead and hammer out some of the basic info first. So these are set to release at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on December 19th, and the retail tag is going to be set for $110, which is $10 higher than the typical $100 flat retail price that most Nike Dunk Lows get. But that's kind of a common theme whenever you look at different shoes that have collabs on them. Like the Travis Scott Dunks retail for $150, but then you also have the Ray Gun Dunks that were stuck at the typical $100 retail price. So I'm not entirely sure where they kind of land on the retail tag sometimes. I would have to imagine it's probably going to come from like extra materials used to make the shoe pop or whatever. But these will also be releasing in kids sizes for $90 and infant/toddler sizes for $75. And this is good news for everyone because it's going to give those people who want to cop them for personals and go for them for their kids and stuff like that option. But also it's going to be good for resellers because it's going to give you the chance to go for men's, kids, and infant toddler sizes. And of course, all three will be profitable. So now that the basics have been covered, let's go ahead and move into kind of what makes this shoe hype. So first and foremost, hype is usually dependent upon how many pairs of shoes are created and released to the public. So most, if not all, people would argue and agree that a shoe or any item for that matter can't really be hype unless it's more limited. And that's not really to say that hype / like limited shoes are the only shoes that hold any value or meaning or anything like that. I'm just saying that, any single person that possesses $90 can order some all white Air Force Ones. But on the other hand, there's literally only so many people on this earth that will ever own authentic Dior Air Jordan 1s because there was such a limited amount made. So another factor that's going to go into making these shoes hype is if they're part of a collab or a collaboration. So to no one's surprise, since it's in the shoe's name or the title, these are clearly a shoe collab with Sean Cliver, who's kind of the jack of all trades. So Sean's like an artist, he's a producer, a writer, a photographer. So I mean, pretty much it'd be easier to just name off what he doesn't do rather than telling you what he does do. But the last piece on Sean is that he actually landed his first job at a skateboarding designer industry as a designer. So little did he know that, his time there, only in his time there, he'd end up having his own colorway for the Nike SB Dunk. That's kind of cool. But the last thing that kind of contributes to the hype on a shoe is the shoe line itself. So Nike Dunks have made a massive comeback in the year 2020. The Dunk line itself is just super dope to me. And just the look in general, but like various collabs like the Travis Scott, the Ray Guns, like I already said, but other brands like Supreme, Diamond Supply, they jumped on the train too. And the Nike Dunk model is just going off the charts. So like just this year, we almost had a new color for like the Dunk Lows or Dunk Highs almost every week. And it's just like certain models like Nike Dunks, Air Forces, Air Jordan 1s, Adidas Easy Boost 350s. They've all kind of been established as a shoe that, most people will want to wear as long as the color scheme comes out nicely. But like for Nike Air Force 1s, if they're by themselves, they're just going to sit on the shelf. But if you take an off-white Air Force 1, it's going to resell for 10 times the retail price. So how hype a shoe is going to boil down to pretty much the stock number, if there's a collab on the shoe, and just what type of shoe model it is. And a lot of this stuff is kind of intro level stuff, and it is our first episode, but things will get tweaked and adjusted as we continue, so just continue to bear with us. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the overall design of this shoe. And for this portion, it'll be, sort of a mixture of analyzing the materials and the color scheme, but mainly, just kind of overall opinion on how these turned out. So moving forward, they have like three main colors in play on this shoe, the white, the baby blue, and the gold swoosh. Some touches of gray along the laces in the back of the shoe, but off the bat, I can tell you this is probably my favorite Dunk ever, so I'll do my best to control my bias. But the gold swoosh is super clean, and if you look closely, actually. It actually matches the stitching along the midsole of the shoe, which is kind of cool. But the light blue is my favorite part just because it's my favorite color. And for this shoe being released at this time of the year, it does just kind of remind me of like frost or snow. And that makes sense because this is a holiday themed colorway and because it's in the name anyways. But some other details, including like Sean's last name, are showing up on the tongue there, as well as on the inside of the shoe on the left insole. But on the right, on the left insole, is going to be Christmas themed with like an elf and a Christmas tree and stuff like that. So I really feel that Nike just knocked this collab out of the park with Cliver.
All right, so now I'm going to tell you about which sites are dropping these dunks as well as the resale prediction. This is going to be a very limited release. Now, I don't want to say most, but usually most releases we're going to be covering from now on are going to be from a variety of retailers, both online and in-store. And almost all Nike and Jordan shoes are going to be releasing on an app called Sneakers. If you don't have that downloaded yet, I definitely highly recommend you do. And for sneakers, these dunks are going to be releasing at 10 a.m. Eastern time as well. But like I said, because it's so limited, only some skate shops are actually going to have these, and they might be as early as 18th of December. To figure out which skate shops near you actually have the dunks, I would recommend going to the website nikesb.com/shops. And from there, it should show you every single, not sneaker shop, but skate shop around your area that has the potential for the dunk. As for the resale aspect of these dunks, though, they're currently sitting around $1,000 on GOAT and a little bit less, around $700 to $800 on StockX. These are the main two sites that we use to track hype shoes because that's what the main purpose are these. But for the most part, that these shoes are going to dip as soon as the releases hit and actually release because resellers are going to be trying to get their pairs in and definitely just trying to get that quick flip. Others in the game, though, are going to definitely hold on to these shoes because they're not going to release anytime soon and the value will definitely go up. Now, because these are a very limited shoe, and not to mention that Nike is going through a dunk resurrection, you expect these prices to continue to climb. For those that are sneaker botters, I'm going to tell you which bots to focus on. Especially for sneakers, we recommend TSB. TSB is known for their sneaker drops, and last drop on the Jubilees, they hit over 14,500 entries. And for online raffles for the skate shops that have them, I definitely recommend the Osiris raffle bot. It's definitely your best bet when increasing your chances for those raffle entries.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our first full episode of How to Cop on the Nike Dunk Low Sean Cliver Holiday Special. Thanks for stopping by to check us out. For more sneaker news, for our available shoes for sale, and just anything that we do, click the link in our bio or in the description. And also feel free to comment and interact below. Just let us know what shoe you want to hear about next. But until next episode, peace.